Check, check. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna jump into my chat on my glasses so I can chat with my mates. What do you say? Also no sound? Yeah, I just turned the mic on. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I haven't even started yet. Alright, can you guys hear me in my chat room? You can't hear me in stream? Let me see. Yeah, it says that my mic is pumping out sound. Let me see. Yeah, it says alright, cool. It's just a delay. Yeah. Alright, y'all can hear me. Cool. Um, Let me add something. My sound alerts aren't coming through, and that's fine. Alright. Transform. Fit to screen. Boom shakalaka. Alright. Cool. Alright. Let's do this. We're gonna lower my desk so I can sit my happy butt down because I've been standing for 3 days straight and I'm tired. Lower the desk. Alright, so hopefully I can get this build done in a reasonable amount of time. And then I have another light here. Hopefully that looks nice and clear. That's why they made double-sided tape for just such occasions. Tape and done. Press it down. I think we're good to go. Let's move the cable out the way. Alright. Marlon trying to be a smartass in chat. Oh no. Oh no, it fell. The tape didn't like me. I got one more of these magic arms I need to get. Just get one more. That should hold. If not, I'll have to grab another magic arm. I don't want to have to do that. All right. All right, let me get these directions out. This be a new build I've never done before. Let's grab all the wires, cables, and switches. Directions in a place where I can see them. Alright, so thanks to everybody who tunes in to watch this now or later. This is the Kodai Racing MF1 or McLaren F1 build. This build typically takes about 4 hours to do and costs between $800 and about $1,200. Hopefully everybody can hear me clearly. It's got quite a bit of directions, stickers and whatnot, so let's see. So Lewis, who is the creator of said wheel, decided to do me some justice and did all the soldering of all the cables for me already, so he took a huge burden off of my plate, which I really appreciate. Just one less thing I have to do so that I can get this built even that much faster. He has some cool things that we'll take a look at here, like his double shifter to give you the 2 paddles. Some very strong magnets from what I can feel here, and the larger one makes it even better. That diameter definitely helps. On this build, he uses the Weipu 4 connector, a 4-pin. So I love these to death. They are the best. Maybe one day we switch to Weipu 16 mil, but these are perfect. I love them. They're easy to pop on and pop off. They're easy to get from a supplier if you're trying to buy bulk amounts, and they just work really well. So I like them a lot. But for this build, we went ahead and wired up a USB-C connector because we're going to wire this up and connect it to my new prototype of our VRS QR70. So this should hopefully make my life 10 times easier. We'll get it mounted to the spacer that's needed for this wheel. So yeah. Hey Giovanni, yes, I work for VRS part-time as an independent contractor, which is cool because I get to do all this stuff. Be cool. It would be cool to work for them full-time, but nice working for them. Either way, it's good fun. I got to go to Germany and do some sim racing stuff, so that's always good. What's up, bro? Okay, so my brother's asking me a question. If you guys can't hear him in chat, because a few of you have said you'd like to just hear my beautiful voice. Um, um, this spacer is made specifically from Kodai. Yeah, it's for the new wheel. So yeah, 50 to 70. So I have some I have from Chris at Delta Simtech. And then you have these as well. This is 50 mil spacer. So if I'm not mistaken, let me take a look. First. This is, hold on, let me zero that out because I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell do you mean 22? Yeah, it's a 50 mil spacer. So it's 50, it's a 50 to 70. So 50 on the back, 70 on the front, which makes life easy. So can I tell you when the V2 pedals are coming out from VRS? I cannot tell you when they're coming out because I'll be honest, I don't even know when they're coming out. I do know that I can share that we revealed a photo, a doctored photo of them, or not a doctored, but a shadowed photo of them. Um, the goal is to have them out as soon as possible. So we're in the testing phase. Um, Everything is looking really good, but more will come out here soon. So I wish I could share more, but I have nothing more to share. So in his directions, I'm just scrolling through them because he already did all of the heavy lifting. So again, like I said, this will take about 4 hours to assemble. The shifters, the enclosures are MJF. So this is all MJF, as well as for the clutches. This you may be familiar with. This is his original clutch arm that he created. That's used on the TCR3. Just has a different paddle attached to it, so that's cool. And this is completely new and completely cool. So yeah, but we'll attach paddles to it in a little bit. But I'm going to go through the directions because again, he did a lot of it for me already. So I don't have to do some of these, which I am totally stoked about. I'm going to pop this around this way, and this is all CNC machined. As you can see, this front plate is absolutely bonkers. And then here is the back enclosure, and it's got that bump out just like on the McLaren wheel. I think I want to get, if he didn't include, I want a Kodai sticker up here to rep his brand when I drive. So I'm gonna have to figure out something if he didn't. But really cool. So he already put those things together. And one thing I do not see that I thought I would see is, maybe I missed them, the light guards. What are they? I have these. Maybe I left them in the box. Hopefully not. Let's see. Yeah, Giovanni, the wheel's not released yet. Sorry, I was looking for the light guides, or the button guards. I do not see them. And I'm wondering if Lewis forgot to throw them in there for me. I do not see them anywhere. If so, that's an easy fix. He can just drop those in the mail, but I don't see them anywhere. Are you guys talking? I can't hear you at all. Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Wanted to make sure I wasn't like going deaf here. But no, I don't see button guards. So Lewis may have forgot to throw them in. So I will shout out to him. There is a couple items I also need to grab that I had custom made. Let's see, where did I put them? Everything is somewhere, but not where I want them to be. Figure out which ones we want inserted. Okay. If I've made it, what do you think about the 992 couple? I'm thinking of making it as my first. Yeah, well, I will soon. 992 cup wheel. Still waiting on my RSR to show up. Hopefully this. Yeah, you out there in, I believe, Hawaii, right, Danny? So it might take a little bit, but it is shipped. I have not made the 992 cup wheel myself, so no, I have no experience with that at all. Let's see if I have any more of these in here. Decide which ones we're going to use. Yeah. Danny, what did it say when the delivery was scheduled to get to you? Did it give you like an estimated date? I can't remember. It's hard to believe, Lewis, that you didn't include. I know you would have. Maybe I just missed it, but I looked in the box. I don't see the button guards. All right. Let's get to assembling. is a 2.5. I don't have 2.5 self-tapping inserts. Let me see if I have some down here. Two by 5 by 4 by 6 heat inserts. I could do this. And tables. Wait a minute. What the hell? Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. Let me reset it real quick. Man, my journey to look for everything. Didn't even notice that. Alright, 2 seconds. Should be back on it. Yeah, gotta love it. Okay. Alright, so I do not have button guards. I'll get with Lewis to let him know that I do not. We'll use heat inserts for the MF ones, and I'll drop the resin ones in. And my self-tapping screws arrive. Easy peasy. And 2.5. These are in 2.5, but they're super. Yeah, these are super small. I don't think he wants 2.5. Those are super small. We'll figure that out. Well, there you go, Marlon. Pointing out the things I learned. It's always well appreciated. Let's see. So let's just start from here.
Okay,
hit out a PC speaker natty. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, the good thing is I am not. How did he put this? Straight within the shell C image. He put these three so that the three on here. Okay. You can't. I mean, I haven't said much anything. Can you hear me now on stream? Yeah, check it. Check it out. Oh, interesting. Cause sounds like people can hear me on one, but not on the other. Wouldn't make sense since it's both going to the same source. I hate using these to tighten. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I think I have. This wrench is too wide for this hole. It blows. I'm gonna use a wrench. Use needle nose pliers, but I'll take it easy so I don't damage anything. And it needs to be slightly tightened anyway. Okay. 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 It's one. Oh. Alright. Let's see. So we're gonna put in some thumb encoders. And it's got 6 of them on here, so let me see. Right, like I mean it's getting into the yellow. I can always turn it up higher. Let me see. No, I'm using OBS. I have Still Series, which is grabbing the sound. Let's see. Oh, let me check and see if Microsoft decided to turn my volume down again. System. System. Sound. Nope, even my sound on there is 100%. Steel series. That's my audio. Let's do this. Does that sound better? I turned off the noise gate that was on it. That should hopefully sound better. Let's put these two on. That's what it shows in the picture. Okay. I should be able to use the wrench on this one. Make it a little bit easier. It's kind of countersunk in there. Oh, that's not going to work either. What? I just remembered I can take off the front grips. Quite a unique design. This can come off. That's the grip, which is pretty cool. They can come off and they're pretty thick. So I like them a lot. But now, taking them off, I should be able to access, use my plumber's wrenches. Yeah, that's much better. Much, much better. Let's see. Keep that in there. Get just enough of this one in to turn it just a little. Yep, didn't scratch anything. We'll take these off too. I'm going to put some thread lock on that for the grips, just because that will say somebody just placed an order on my website. Don't know what it was. Oh, we ordered both pedals. Got it. Right. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Let's take the next encoder and pop that in there. Now that the grips are off, this becomes a much easier job to do. I wonder if he'll make different grip sizes that people may want. If it's just something we could do aftermarket. You playing Age of Empires, Tyler? Well, I'm curious. I haven't played it since I was much younger, so I've been curious to start trying to play it again. It's a game I enjoyed. And then mount the two toggle switches. Sure. Alright, so it goes this way. Okay. Not necessarily wire routing, but it's just feed it behind it. Yeah, pretty cool. Not included. Two 20s and lock watcher. Let's try this one here. It's slightly too small. How am I going to connect this onto the wheel with the hub spacer? So I'll connect that on here shortly. Oh, this uses USB-C. This is a prototype from VRS, and I just used and made a USB-C cable. So I will go ahead and do that here soon. Sure, this is the way he wants it locked on here. Okay. Yep. Yep. So anybody who buys one in the future, it'll have it. And then we're gonna try and figure out a way to get people who already have them, if they want to upgrade to USB-C type PCB, give them an option to get one. So working on that with the team now. Think we may have found a solution. So yeah. All right. Let's see. I want to see what color scheme we're going to go with this wheel. Yep. I like red and blue, so we're going to go with that. Oh, he's already got the grub screw in here. Man, he is awesome. He already put it in here for me. Make my life easy. Nice, feels good. Okay. Right. We're going to okay. That's got holes on both sides. Okay. So we're going to take. Oh, it's slotted too to make it easy. Nice. Cool. Oh, yeah, for the VRS, yeah. The 1.25 to cube controls. Yeah, that connector is so crazy small. Yeah. But we were able to convince VRS to move forward with making them USB-C for the future. So if you're going to be doing it soon, I would say if you want to use USB-C, like I have one here for VRS, give it a couple days. We should have a solution out for everybody who has the current one if they want to swap out for a different one. So just my small advice to you, unless you really want to do it now, then I will not stop you, as they say. All right, next step is to flip it around. We're going to drop in this here, the light guide, wrap it in the right way. Then we're going to take one of the 3 PCBs that you will get with this kit, This is the light guide here. The LEDs for the encoders. Yeah, so I would say if you're going to use it on the new, this is the prototype one, but just give me a few days, and I'll see what we're going to do before you do that. This way, you might have an option to get the USB-C version. So just stay tuned to all things VRS here in the very near future. And then we're going to take some M2.5s by 6s, which again, he was nice enough to provide me pack. I'm going to assume these are the by 6s. Do you know what happened to the Kodai AMR wheel on printables? It's not on Kodai's page anymore. Oh, really? I thought it was free on there, like anybody could build it. It should be on there. But I didn't get it from there myself, because I built that wheel when it came out, so I am not 100% sure. Yeah, Brian, yeah. So just stay tuned for more. Yeah, hold off a few days. I think we're only likely days away from having a solution. And then you can stay tuned for USB-C PCBs from VRS. Because, yeah, making them for 1.25 is an utter nightmare, if I say so myself. As I've made a few myself, and I did not enjoy any bit of it. And I tried crimping, and that was horrible. Oh, I'm not sure. You're more than welcome to, in my channel, in my Discord channel, he has his own partner channel that you can check out. Yeah, yeah. In our channel, he did say that a V2 is what he'd like to do. Um, yeah, I'd love to have a V2 of that wheel with clutches. Then it makes it the perfect wheel to use for a litany of different types, because the size of it is just amazing. And then if you want to use it for things like, granted, this is his F1 wheel, but that wheel also works great for F1 because of its size. Hey, what's up, Hudson? How you doing tonight? How did I mount my DDU to what? My current DDU that I have on my rig is mounted on the side, but I'm going to get some longer, what's that, M8 bolts, and mount it to the top and get some washers so I can use those to mount it to the actual place I should have it on my rig, because that's the only thing I don't have. I have the VRS rig. It doesn't have front holes above the wheelbase to mount the DDU. So Where's screw go? It likely fell on the floor, knowing me. Oh, there it goes. How did you get it at the angle that I have it on the side of my rig? It's just a RAM mount. You know, you can get RAM mounts in incredibly crazy lengths. So mine is just on a RAM mount for now. So I don't think I need that piece because we've got CNC aluminum. So I don't need that plate that he highlights in a direction. .3D printed front shell. Nope, I don't have that. Cool. Okay, so since I have the CNC version of this, aluminum front shell, there we go, with rubber grips, and then standoffs, there we go. But wait a minute. Mount the grips. Mount the 6 M4 by 8 hex spacers. Using 6 M4 by 10. Okay. What's up, Click? Build is going good. Yeah, Hudson, just get a RAM mount, and then you'll get the two balls that go on the on either side, but just get the RAM mount, the part in the middle anyway, the arm, for essentially as long as you want it, you know? Whatever works for your solution. Any idea when the parts will be available on Kodai website for the general public? Just a matter of days. So, my understanding, I told them I'd build it so people can see it and garner up some interest in it. And then whenever he's ready. So, hopefully just a matter of days before it is actually available for everybody else to purchase. So, alright, so we're going to mount this one here. Let me see if I can plug it slow enough. Nope, that's not quite enough to hold it. And it might work. Yep, there we go. That's 2.5, yep. How's the VI RSI wheel going? Oh man, that wheel is awesome. it's worth it for anybody. One, if you're a Porsche fan, like it's kind of a no-brainer, right? If you're a Porsche fan to get that wheel, and the cost of it right now as part of, even when they release it to the public, it's going to still be quite affordable. Um, but I think this is one of those times where it's great to be in DIY. Like if you think about it, you've got RSRs, you've got Porsche wheels, you've got McLaren wheels, you've got Ferrari wheels, you've got LMP2 wheels. You know what I mean? Um, Hopefully we eventually get the LMP3 wheel from Obvia. I know people have been asking me about that wheel. Uh, that wheel needs to come out. So Enrico, if you ever get a chance, like, and see this or like that wheel needs to be a full release. People are definitely excited. Um, how was the expo? I saw you speak at the Prezzo. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was fun. It was fun. Learned a lot about just the business of sim racing right now. Um, VRS, I think, as a whole, did really well. We partnered and collaborate with Vero Motion, so it was nice to see all the people come out and support. Um, and man, the lap challenge we had for the wheel giveaway, bro, there were some heavy hitters that just came out and did some amazing things, right? So, I mean, some of the fastest people in the world came out and on iRacing and just put in bangers of laps. Um, so, yeah, I mean, we're done with the one dude. Aaron has a 13,000 I rating, which is just crazy. So, yeah, but yeah, but yeah. So, like all these wheels, though, getting back to that, like they all are just. If you like sim racing and you don't mind building your own wheel, they're all just bangers at this point, right? Like you have so many options out there of what you can and what you can build and what you can go forth with. So, what Neil do? What is Neil playing? Uh oh. he try to he try to air it in the center. If you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Right. He no longer racing or driving. He's upside down. That's up. Oh man, I love it, my friend. Let's use some double-sided tape, but I always use a little bit of hot glue. What was the car track for the challenge? So it was 3 different tracks, same car. We used the Porsche GT3, and we did Watkins Glen. Uh, the essentially the without the boot, with the chicane, and it pretty much was the NASCAR challenge because I didn't know you could, like, dude, you can go all the way out wide. Um, and then we did Red Bull Ring, um, which was nice. Um, and then we did oh good lord, Monza for the first track. So we did a flat track, um, fast and flowy. Um, yeah, and then we were able to bring a couple drivers into the F1 fold, into the VRS fold. Some dudes are really quick, um, so brought them into VRS. Um, both Henry and Dario. So those dudes will reveal more about them soon. But it was great, man. Like getting to be part of the community, um, and meet a bunch of people, and then from a Gray's Dynamics side, like testing a whole bunch of wheels, and some of the rigs are just how do I say, pointless. Like they're that like some of these companies are coming out with some of these products and you're just like, why? Like, why? Um, yeah, but you know, uh, is what it is. Um, they these yeah, these companies are just really, really trying hard to get people to buy their stuff, and like some of it is just I don't know. I don't want to say pointless, but it's just like, bro, who is this for, right? Like, who are you trying to get to buy any of these things? Um, you know, but yeah, like some of the products were like, oh man, that is so cool. Others are like, oh, that is so pointless. like, like, let's see, let's try this. That's an interest. This is cool. This is crazy. Like you use these male to female hex spacers on the back end of the PCB to install it. That's an interesting way of going about it, right? That's cool. Definitely different. And then there's two more right here. One, two, three, four, five, six of these. Yeah, um, yeah, like it's definitely sim racing is growing exponentially, right? So because of that, um, a lot of companies are getting involved, and the space is getting, I don't know, you could say commercialized. That's where it's gonna take, you know, people like us in the community to help educate people on, what you should and should not spend your money on. Um, because there's so many things people can buy. Let's see. And these tools, man, these old RC tools come in handy. 4.5. Um, Now they have me invest in all these little tools, and it makes my life so much easier. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's flooded with so much that we kind of have to have um people out there to help educate. I'll put these MJF ones on for now. We'll swap them out to resin in the future. But these I do not like these M2.5s. Don't really fit in here all that well. Yeah, you're right, WP. Like it's overwhelming with the amount of options that people have. Um, and the goal is to hope that people always go to YouTube first and review stuff and check out stuff. Like that's why whenever I ask for whenever people ask me to review something and like, oh, we'll give you an affiliate code, like that's cool, but I don't want an affiliate code so I can make money. Like if they don't have an option to not do, then of course I'll take it. I mean, but at the end of the day, like uh, companies that collaborate with me, I'd rather them give you more of a discount. So for example, let's say they give me 5% and they give you 5%. I'd much rather them give you 10% and me 0%, because at the end of the day, I don't want to feel I can be swayed, or people to think I can be swayed by money. Like I have a day job that pays me well. Getting affiliate money is really cool. But as much as I appreciate it, like I do this for fun, right? This is not about making money. It's much rather it go that way. Um, Not everybody, believes what I believe, and that's okay. I'm not here to say one person is the best or not, but yeah, some words are helpful towards each other and newcomers when it comes to yeah, for sure. Like I wouldn't be where I am if the community do the same thing to me. Um, so yeah, community has been great overall. All right, this is better. What's up, brother? How you doing? What's up, Chow? Yeah. Now I'm sitting at home streaming, so I can't complain. I can't complain. Thanks. How you doing, Alfie? I got you. What are the few things that the XY you think is innovative and or bringing something new to the sim community? Oh man, that's hard to answer because I didn't get a chance to browse the expo like everybody else, right? Because I was working it, so I got a chance to walk around. Um, Innovative. Like, do I think Simicube's light bridge is innovative? In some way, yeah, but it's closing people off, and I'm not sure how that's going to work in the community because the trend I heard from everybody was that it's hard to develop using their new tech. Like, it's not like it's super easy, and it requires a completely different process. So it's like, you want me to use your thing? And yeah, I can, and people will because they're kind of the big dogs in town, right? Um, but I'm not sure that's good or bad for the community, right? So, oh no, don't, no, don't be a pain in the butt towards me. There we go. Guess I should have used that end. I don't want to take this off and put the other end of this on. It'd be difficult. Oh. Um, so yeah, like semi-cubes to me, where they're moving is it's an interesting place to be because I'm just damn it, I should have grabbed some more. I'm not sure that's the right way to go. It sounds interesting. It's four. These. Let's see if these work better. They could probably work much better. Um, yeah, Brian, like that kind of I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, and this isn't me talking because I'm a VRS guy, right? Like, I think the way everybody is moving with data and power pass through is the way to go. Now, can there be advancements made on it? Like, yes, right? Like, put it like this: people came and tested out like our VRS force feedback and absolutely loved it, right? From everything I saw, it was a hit. Now, does that mean VRS is perfect? No, because some things people like about, you know, uh, the new the new firmware, um, they don't like when it comes to the R295 grips, right? But they like all the stuff that's on the R295, right? So like, we're not perfect, you know, but leaning away from something that the community really likes. I'm just gonna take this off. I'm being difficult for no reason, you know. But yeah, like, Fanatec already has a closed ecosystem some way, but even Fanatec is more open than this new system, right? Like, yes, you cannot make wheels for Fanatec, and it is a closed system overall. But in the same sense, you can buy third-party wheels that will work with it, right? Like, you can get, not that one. You can get other third-party wheels, get yourself a podium hub or something from the third party like Simube, and works perfectly fine. So for me, SimiCube's even more beyond that, right? And then the cost to enter into that system is ridiculous. So like, I don't know if that's right for the community. Um, maybe SimiCube is too big to fail. Maybe they're too great. Maybe they're Apple. You know, and maybe it works. I'm not a fan of it. Anything that makes people have to close off, and do things specific to you, and then you get rid of, let's say, things like, um, people cannot use SimHub with it. Like, what's the point, right? Like what? Why close it off? You know, there was some cool, pieces of kit there, like, individual pieces, things to bring more haptics. The Sensit seats are really cool, where you get to just, sit in them, and they actually use transducers, not rumble motors. Um, I think that's incredible. I mean, not incredible in that, like, you can't DIY it yourself, but for those who want some sort of, um, haptics, it's an affordable way. If you want some sort of, feedback, it's cool, you know? Um, See, now GSI's PowerLink, I wish it was there for us to test. That has me excited, right? Because at VRS, we're leaning into data and power pass through. And so are companies like GSI by bringing out their version. And here's the great thing, right? Like, let's say you don't like VRS's NRG style system. The great thing about, like, if you have a DFP20, you can use anything on it. Just get whatever the hell you want, you know? Um, and there are other manufacturers that, if they have, like, if you're on SimMagic, and even, we'll have options which I can announce, like, so at VRS, you can keep our system. You can switch to, you'll be able to, if you really wanted to and you didn't want to use any VRS wheels, because we'll have a front hub that you'll be able to put on the DFP15 and DFP20, which we showed at the expo. um, I'll make sure we get some pictures up to share with everybody of what it's going to look like. But you'll be able to add shaft extensions, which people have been asking for from us, right? Because they're like, well, wait a minute. DFP15 is nice. This new QR Connect system is nice, but how is it going to work if I want to use a shaft extension? So we listened, and it's like, all right, we're going to create something. But with that, you will also be able to use it for something else. Like, we want a system where people are able to use ours or your own, right? Like, that should be where you want things to go. Now, granted, some companies want to make money, and there's nothing wrong with making money. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like you want to be as consumer friendly as possible. But I say that as I'm at the expo, and there are rigs there that will cost you, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $150,000. Like, people were bringing things that you just would look at and go, what? Make it make sense. So, to each his own. I'm not going to tell people where they should or should not go, but I'm going to say that the commercialization that you see going on right now, oh, things are a changing. So be prepared for what comes next. Um, you know, but I rather enjoy all the stuff that's coming, because it just means the community is growing, right? It's getting recognition for the great products that many of us want. It's just, again, how much is too much before you go, okay, this price is astronomical. So it's kind of where I sit. Like, I want there to be great products, but I also don't want it to be to the point where people, well, sim racers will pay this, and they just start charging gobs because they can. And we know that happens. So like sports teams, people have to push back. So it's got to be a balancing act. DFP 15 is 649. SemiCube 3 15 Newton meter with all the attachments is like 15 or 1600 bucks. Huh? And you gotta have light bridge. Huh? Like, how does that help the community? But if you're a SemiCube, guy, please don't be a fanboy. You know what I mean? Be able to push back. Even against VRS, right? We don't make everything perfect. And if we do something wrong, hold us accountable. Because that would be stupid not to. Just like I hold, looks like Kodai forgot to send me the front button guard. Like, yeah. Which the more I look, yeah, it is not here. And I'm going to need that to actually cover the wheel buttons. Yeah. I'll yell at Lewis when I see him or chat with him here tomorrow, because that's the one piece I won't be able to finish. The new Advanced Sim Racing wheel deck that you can just move things around much easier. You talking about that one? What's that? Oh, no, not that Lewis. Not Lewis. Not our Lewis. Lewis from Kodai. Yeah, he's got yeah, he's got what is that? I was gonna say something. He forgot to include the front button guards for this build. So cool. Cool, he's got these slotted, which is really nice. On here. See here. They're already slotted, so makes it easy. And I just connect the grub sprue. So these parts here that'll sit on the wheel are in MJF. I also have them in resin. So when I get some self-tapping screws, I'm going to put them on in resin. And like I said, I'm going to yell at Lewis from Kodai Racing because he forgot to send me the front button guards. Which, simple oversight. Okay. All right, so mount the 4 grip covers. So this goes like this. So I will feed this through here. And then this goes like this. So that goes like that. I will put on the resin, because if you look at the difference between the two, I think the resin will look better. Yeah. Any DIY wheels that are more tariff friendly these days, or should I say minimally tariffed? I mean, anything from the EU should only be 15%, but our president and dictator, dictator in chief, the leader of the once free world, no. Like 15% is what it should be. Um, and the hope is that it stays that way, but like even with these shipping companies, it seems like they're taking advantage. At least some of them are. Um, so EU is supposed to be 15, if I'm not mistaken. So my hope is that that's the way it'll be. But yeah, I will say if you use FedEx, you're likely to get closer to that 15%. Um, if you use places like DHL, and they start line item charging you, like it's supposed to be 15, but it's much more expensive. So I recommend at this point in time, it's almost not smart to use DHL. As much as I love them, as far as how fast they get here, if you're getting anything from the EU, I would say use use FedEx or UPS. And even UPS has been complicated. 3s will work better. That's too small. Which 1.5 is the right size? Okay. And then one. Then we put this one on the front. Beans, yeah, it'll look better in the resin. So how much would this build cost? All right, Slackface, so that depends. But the range will be from about 850 to about $1,200. Or but he's in pounds, so but I think from a US dollar perspective, it'll cost around between 850 and like 1,200 bucks, depending on where you source the materials from. If you can find some really good deals. Um, Looks like a McLaren wheel. It is the McLaren wheel. It is the McLaren MF1. It's a replica DIY version of it anyway. So yeah. Cool. feed this cable through here. So yeah, and like I said, I want to thank Lewis from Kodai from doing a lot of the heavy lifting for me. He did all the cable work, and you will likely. Oh, why did it freeze? Make sure. Oh, yeah, that's OBS that did that. Let's try that again. Okay. When is it not? Cool. Thank you. All right. Thank you, fellas, for letting me know. Everybody in chat and then in the Discord chat. So that's done there. I have to say, I'm really impressed with this wheel so far. The design element of it done really well. Like, I can't imagine how long it took for Lewis to design this one. And I think this wheel is going to be hella successful. Obviously, for those out there who don't mind 3D printed grips, but these grips are really good. Very good, very good. All right, so we did that one. Let me see. All right, so let's move this sideways now. We're going to take and we're going to put this one on. So we're going to, oh no, did it stop again? Oh, okay. So we're going to take these two here, and on the PCB, it's got two of them. You'll see there are, I'll show you now. There are two here and two here, 2 3-pins. These are going to be for the side encoders. And will likely be, oh, they say extra up at the top here. So these two for the sides. What is the other? Let's see. I want to make sure I look at the directions. Yeah. And then on the back side, you'll see there's just a litany of them here that you'll connect them to as well. So, but these two on the front for these side encoders. So I'm going to go ahead and connect them here. And I'm going to connect this here. And one thing I think I forgot to do is feed this cable. So I'm going to take this off. I should pull that by the cord there. That needs to be, go back. Alright, connecting to the vocal cord install. .5. Big. Centimeter goes underneath. You're going to do all the what? It's not the easiest one to build, but it's not the most complicated. I built the Velocitas Imperium Lynx wheel, and that one looks simple. And the guys at Velocitas, Rufus and Betty, know. I was ready to kill them after doing that one, so I don't feel that way with this one. So I feel pretty good. Okay. Well, we've got that on there. How you doing tonight, Lewis? All right, so now go back and do this again. That's gonna go like that. Okay, so now we're gonna connect this back on here. Oh, I'll just do it this way. Make my life easy. This one here.
So how many PCBs is that?
3. Yeah. This one has 3. Let's see. And then full core goes here, which I can do that afterwards, right? Okay. That's gonna go here. That's main USB. Make sure I got it lined up correctly. It's, you know. Cool. And then we are going to connect this one here. These are the tricky parts, right? Where we don't want anything to be pulled out. Let's see if I could just lay it down flat. Oh, we can tilt it up some. That's better. hands under here is just the tricky part. Start from the back one. That should be easy to connect. Yep. Oh. Okay, that one's connected. Bend it just a little so I can easily insert it. Okay. All right. And there's some pin headers you gotta make sure get connected, so be gentle putting it together. All right, brother. All right. So that is now connected there. I am going to, as you guys see, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Welcome to the China Club. A China Chang, a China Chang.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Turk. 10 millimeter. Uh, let me. What the hell's going on there? All right, that should be better. Okay. Where were we? Some water. I gotta screw down the PCB. Okay. So let's do that now. 6 and 2.5 by 6. Excuse me. Hopefully you guys didn't taste that. Yeah, you and me both. But that is what Nat is saying. Man, I haven't soldered anything since I used to build drones. Yeah, I feel you there. But now that I do all this DIY stuff, I solder all the time. Is there any good wheels with screens that are under $700 shipped? Under $700 shipped. Let me think. Let me think. He said ship. He's right. MJF, Corny. Well, if you just do it regular 3D print, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you do regular 3D print and you 3D print buttons and encoders, but under 700 bucks with a screen, I mean, you can get something from Conspit. Conspit? Conspit makes some good wheels that are under 700 bucks, right? I've never used them. Yeah, yeah. Right. If you can't, yeah, for you guys who can't hear, my buddy Tyler saying there's not many wheels out there that are under 700 bucks with a Vocore screen that you can customize. Um, well, no, wait a minute. If you a Gomez will, but like what you could do is get like a D-shaped rim or a U-shaped rim and build or buy the Picorni Engineering GTB Pro and mount it to any wheel that has a Vocore. You can get any rim you want. So this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. Hey, Tyler, I can hear an echo. I believe it's you. Goes here. Really? But now I can't hear an echo. All right, let's move this down. All right, so we're gonna move that. We're gonna bolt on these new dual shifters. Let's see. Any okay, I'll just keep looking around. Thanks. Yeah, there's trying to think. I mean, what ecosystem are you using? Like if you're using Moza, you probably get like an FSR, right? Think wheel with screens. Options. Let's mount some shifters to this, or at least and we are using M3s. That is true. You can get the was it Roastier, whatever it's called. That's the Red Bull wheel used for 500 bucks in my Discord. Didn't even think about that. Any thoughts on best options for button wheel hubs? Me and my button wheel hubs like something like the GT, the one that Sim Magic makes, where you can button it to anything. Then you have the GSI coming out with their interlock. If you want to DIY something, you have Pokorny and Kodai TCR3. And Pokorny has their Rally GTB. So quite a few options, man. Quite a few options. But yeah, there's like we're just looking for button plates. There's a ton of those. Oh, I can put this back. I don't need this anymore. It's taking up space that's not necessary. Since we're no longer soldering anything. Thank God I didn't solder anything on camera. I don't need anybody judging me anyway. How bad I am at it, since I've been told I'm the worst. But yeah, if you're just looking for any button plate, there are a ton of options. And I've had quite a few of them. I have the TCR3 and the Kodai GTB Pro. Although my GTB Pro, I need to get a new PCB. I damaged it, grab the wrong screw slightly too long and screwed in, and it just went into the PC. It screwed just a little too tight, and it went into the PCB board, and all but two buttons work, and then the lights. They have officially said, "Nah, I'm cool. Working is optional." All right, let's go ahead and put on the clutch. Again, easy to align. And like I said, these are MJF. He doesn't currently have aluminum at the moment, which is fine because I don't recommend them. They feel just as good 3D printed, well, in MJF. They feel absolutely great. Did I see the picture of the Bavarian Simtech Alpha under the front decal before the guy deleted it? Huh? You mean the Delta? I presume you mean the Delta. If you mean the Delta, no, I didn't see it. What was under? Was there something? The LEDs were shaped like the words? So underneath the LEDs on the wheel itself were shaped like the alpha symbol, or yeah, I don't think I've seen anybody open up the alpha. Oh, I'm hearing an echo in my Discord chat. Somebody got a mic on or something? Oop. Yep. Let me see. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can hear it from a distance. It's all good. Yeah, I don't think I've actually looked. I thought, didn't Dan Suzuki do, when he did his review of the Alpha, he opened it up to show the electronics? I think he did. But yeah, I can't wait to get my interlock from GSI. My understanding has been pushed back a little bit, so it likely will be here in November. What's up, MP? How you doing, brother? All right, let's put metals on. Put the wires on the inside so we won't squish anything. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh. That seems like an overproduction, if I say so myself. Yeah. I've never actually, yeah, I've never actually looked. And who posted it? I wonder why that would be an issue though. I mean, like, why it's over engineered, like, just seems counter to me.
I think it would just been a, let's see,
But it did, like, I don't know. Maybe I presume there's a method behind the madness. And I will say the LEDs, like when they're well lit, because they have like the shell itself also has diffusers built into the shell, right? So, I'm curious to know, but I am no engineer, so I don't claim to be one. I will put together your wheel. Yeah. Yes, which is definitely welcome. Then they're gonna have label packs for the Delta as well, so that people can put them on there. But yeah, no, like, uh, I wonder why. I'm curious now. Um, but as my mama would say, don't get me to lie. I couldn't tell you. Right. I'm curious. Right. Did he post it in the alpha chat? Koya? Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, I got a chance to chat with Klaus and Koya at the expo. They were super busy. And I was also working, so it's a little hard to get time to be free to chat. Um, but no, like they're gonna have far more customization with the Delta, which is gonna be cool. Um, uh, so you can like swap out the actual front plates, swap out the stickers, which I think is cool, right? Like people want that level of customization. Plus, like the Delta's gonna look cooler, I think, with the forged carbon front plate. The what is that? The twill. Like I have the twill on these panels here. I actually, and I'll share. I actually had these made in forged carbon. Um, so like you can compare the forged carbon to the twill, but I need to figure out something for this top piece. Um, I'd want to put something because it's just raw carbon fiber. So yeah, you get a little carbon fiber dust and they clean off those paddles. So it needs to be cleaned and whatever, and maybe I'll sand it down smooth. Oh my god, these have great resistance. Oh, you are the man. I didn't even think of that. Uh, mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. So some varnish or clear nail polish. What would you recommend? What would work better? Clear nail polish. My wife's got some upstairs. Right. No, I'm good either way. Like I mean, no, not right now. Anyway, I might throw something against the wall, but not at the moment. But no, yeah, I might have to look into that. Now I'm gonna put this in here, but I'm not gonna use it. But just in case I ever want to switch back to. Hmm. Okay. I might try the nail polish first though. I mean that's an easy one because I have nail. You know, my wife has nail polish in her as well. So, and I might put some on my nails while I'm there. Right. Right. Which, yeah. Because like I said, I wanted to put, but the only thing I need is I don't have the clutch paddles either. So I would need to get the clutch paddles made in forged carbon because I didn't ask them for the shifters and forgot to ask them for the clutches. So yeah, not a big deal, but definitely important. You going to bed, bro? All right, bro. Have a good night, brother. Oh no, these are really nicely made. I can't complain. Um, huh? Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna use the yeah. Thanks for the reminder. But I know, right? Like, because I'm not using it for anything, right? Because I'm using just USB-C, but I totally forgot to. Brandon's like, I'm gonna stop lurking. I'm trying to be like you, Nettie. All right, let's see. You know, Natty be lurking. You know, Natty be lurking. Yeah. Oh, Natty ain't trying to work. I mean, I wouldn't say he works hard. I think he works smart. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't never want to work hard. That is against my dinner. But I will work smart. Nice. Cool. Toggle switch. Numero uno. All right, what does he recommend? If only there was something to hear. Like watching engine builds. Oh, those things are cool. Yeah, because you hear the and they speed it up. Yeah, one of the guys I watch, Devin Niamela, he does a lot of those. I think he does like a stream every day too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm going to take off. I have to put on watcher. It was provided. Lock watcher. Where is it? There it goes. Mhm. Pushed all the way in. Come on, right? Okay. Nice. Nope, we're not using a 3D printed hub. We are using his hub. And like I said, this hub can be found when you purchase the wheel. So, M5s. 1, 2, 3. What we're going to do, before we do that part, I'm going to put my QR on. A brand new, not yet released prototype to make my life easy. From VRS. Before we do that, let's take that off. Connect the USB-C, run the wire through. Alright, watch is telling me it's time for bed. Alright, let's get a Allen wrench. Okay, this is the center. Nice. And now we're going to put this on. I'll do it that way. Let me think about this for a second. I'm going to have to use a nut because this way those are untapped. These are both tapped. Alright, so we will just rotate it once. Okay, let's put it center side up again. If I get tapped holes in the QR to make my life easy. Something like that, right side up. And that will give me the alignment I need. That should be good to go. Yep. All right, brother. Have a good night, man. Oh. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, yeah. Paint drying sounds more entertaining. But hey, you too, brother. Yeah, yeah. They're made available in the. Probably not available yet. But yeah, the DIY. All right, let's see. Toggles go here. Toggle goes here. Yeah, the directions will highlight when you have a MJF build or a 3D print build versus aluminum. So you'll know exactly where to, what you need for what. Oh, I'm not using that. I'm using this. That's ground, positive, negative, 5 volt. Okay. Then shifters. Clutches, big other shifters. Oh, really? I've never seen that wheel be built. And then clutch. Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. I think we all do. I think it will. You know what I mean? I think it it should hold up. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. But I've been wrong before. So where's my tweezers? I feel like they should be all on the inside of this. Is that all out here? Okay. Cool. slots in here where the holes in the front enclosure. These can slide on through. Just trying to get them to slide on through. If we can get all these wires to sit properly. It's this is always the hardest part of any build, is keeping the wires organized. Nope, nope, nope. Good, good, good. No wires. 1, 2, 3. Not pinched. Not pinched. What is keeping it from closing? That's something in the center. Forgive my dome being in the way. Something. Fitting. Make sure these wires where they're supposed to be. These wires are down here. Once it's flush, everything seems to be sitting properly. There's no screw that's hanging out. So sitting flush. That. 3x8. Wrong. 3x8s go behind here. All right. That shouldn't be doing that. thing is, I don't see any pinched wires whatsoever. All that's there. Something's going on here. Let's get a screwdriver again. And it's coming together all right. Something seems wrong. See what's wrong. Makes sense now. I think I set it flush together. Where's it? Off. I'm going to realign. think it just came down to I didn't put this encoder as close to the front as it should be. And I think that's what just made it so that it was just ever so slightly further back. So now, put the grip back on. Yeah, simple mistake on my part. As I sit as far forward as possible. 2.5. Hoping that is the solution that will change everything. The hard plastic. Well, there's resting your finger. It's MJF for resin, but yeah, I'm gonna once I drive it, I'll be able to tell if it's going to bother like where your thumbs rest. Like it would have been nice to be completely silicone grips all the way there, but to get it as close to the replica as possible, it's likely that wasn't possible to extend it all the way out. So it may be uncomfortable for some, but we shall see once we have it all assembled. I think I'm going to be fine. If anything, you know, just throw on a pair of gloves, which the silicone grips feel really good. I've always liked Kodai's grips, but we'll see what it's like with the finger resting on that area, if it's something that some may find uncomfortable. To overmold some view onto the section. Well, it's this piece here. So, yeah. So yeah, your thumb rests right on top of here. So, all depends on, I guess, how you hold the grips. But yeah, you may be able to put something on here if it really bothers you. My guess is you can probably put some little rubber sticker on it if it's something that's really bothersome. You know what I mean? Check now. Oh, much better. Yeah, might be kind of tricky if it's something that bothers you for sure. You know what I mean? I'm so excited by it. And like I said, it'll be one of those things when we finally drive it and get a few hours onto it. We can do a thorough review of it. From a build perspective, it's definitely something that will require patience. It's definitely a little more complicated than some of the other builds. If you're looking for something simple, a little bit more complex. Cool, that sits better now. And make sure there's no pinched wires. I don't see any pinched wires, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. going to take a look at the one on the other side, because I just want to be positive, and it takes just a few minutes to look into. So I'm not in a rush. Like I said, when I speak to Lewis, I'll need to have him send me the front button guards, since they weren't included in the pack. What I'll do is I'll have some 3D printed ones for now. I can say so far as it's coming together, it looks really nice. I believe the button guards are meant to be in CNC, yes. You can obviously 3D print them, but I do believe they're meant to be in CNC aluminum. All right, so we're gonna put this all back together. It spins freely. Both sides spin freely. That's impacting. That's probably what it is. And see, it's probably that wire, now that I think about it. It's supposed to be plugged in, but we're not using it. I'm going to keep it there just in case. Plus protect the PCB from any dust since I don't have a cap. Let's try this again. I bet that's what it is. It's not being used. cavity. We'll put it in there behind the screen. See how that's all matches together now. Nice. Nice. That's so nice. Alright, so now let's put this M3. Try not to put my head in the way. M3 by 12. Another M3 by 12. That's M2.5. M3 by 12. So why is that not working? Okay. And then are we going to put the M4s in? Yep. Okay. Put that over there. Put that one back there for now. It's 2.0. And let's start screwing down these M4s. Do I think I have enough juice to run the wheel? Not at 100%, no. I think most 2.0 USB wheels, you'll still want to run it wired if you want to run it at anything more than like 50%. So do I think the VRSQ will work to give me light that's perfectly fine? Absolutely. Do I think it'll work to give something crazy? Now I'm on the DFP20, so it's a little different because it's connected to a powered hub. So I think I'll be fine there. On a DFP15, it's coming together quite nicely. Do I think you're going to want to especially turn it down on that one? Currently, yes, in its current iteration. But I think that may be true for quite a few, to be honest. And then use one M4 by 10 button head here. With the front shell. To the front shell. Okay. Remove the full core, protect the screen. Install the front PCB. And be careful, there's a pin header here and some pins here, so be careful as you connect this PCB, because you can see those pin headers right there. So you definitely want to be careful when connecting it. Yeah, build is crazy for sure. So you guys can't hear my buddy Tyler's like, how can he add it to cart right now? Very soon everybody will be able to add it to cart. Let me add these light guides. Let's see, okay. I'm not gonna tell you what he just said, but yeah, there's gonna be, yeah, that there's going to be, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. That is funny though. Oh man, wait a minute. That was a good one, Tyler. Uh, let's see. Mount the front PCB with all 5 remaining light guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using 12 M2.5 by 8 countersunk screws. Okay. Oh, this has to go in the other way. Oh, man. The more it comes together, the more it's like, oh my god, this one is so cool. Right? Like, it's just like, damn. It is a good time to be a sim racer. It's even a better time to be a YouTuber like me who loves DIY. I am glad I carved out this niche for myself. Because this wheel does not currently exist on the market in any form. If you want to buy, say for example, the Conspit Ferrari inspired one, that wheel is going to cost you about $1,800. So, you know, good luck with that. That's a finished wheel coming to your door. This requires a little bit of work, as you see. Maybe one day Kodai will offer these completely assembled. But if you want somebody to assemble it, essentially I will. But man. Yeah, yeah. Normally I do these for 100, but this is a far more complex. Right. Yeah, this will might cost 125 at minimum, just because it just requires so much more work. But man, so sweet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, all 12. All right. So let's put stickers on both of these, and then we'll figure out which one we're going to put. It's shiny. I love that movie. Wanna. It's a good, funny song. Oh. Move my head out the way. Alright, so let's. Yeah, see, I don't have the button guards. And that's what is needed for the front of this. Is the one thing that is missing. Let me look over here, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to try. Stuff back. And make sure he didn't put it in here. I'm not missing a pack of something. Sorry for my head being in the way. It's trying to see and make sure he didn't include something. And I didn't just miss it. Ray, you might want to change your aperture to something smaller like 5.6. And minimize the blurriness when the camera starts to refocus. Might have to bump ISO up. Gotcha. You know more about that than I do, Danny. I'll have to remember that for next time. I'm not going to do it at this moment. But yeah. Let me see, actually. I'd have to change it because it's on intelligent auto, so it does it by itself. But at least this time I tried it. Normally I do raw, but I'll play around with it the next time. I'm a little bummed because I'm not finding it. Oh no, Danny, I appreciate it. Trust me, I am not the camera guru like many of you guys are, so that is slightly above my pay grade. But I'm gonna put on the front cover. I just don't have the surrounds. Put the decals on. So yeah, I'm going to put either that one on or this one on. I don't know, I think it may actually look better with the twill. It might look better with the twill, especially since the ends seem to be chamfered better. Yeah, it actually does. So, yeah. What, the twill? No. Yeah. So, I'm gonna put the sticker on, so I will have to wait to finish assembling this because, so the buttons, if you look here, they just sit on, they don't clamp on. So they sit on here. And they have a nice click to it. And what he did was, if you look here, this is pretty cool. Oh, pretty smart. To keep them from moving much. You can see how on both ends it's got a little bump out. And then on the front plate, it has the same thing here. So it just kind of sits in here like this. So to kind of keep it from rocking. But the problem is, to put this on, you have to put them in a plate upside down, flip it over, and then put the wheel on the top like that with the light guides on. With the button guards on, but I don't have them. So what I'm gonna have to do is print up some 3D ones. Yeah, twill definitely looks better, Danny. I'm gonna print up some 3D ones. Yeah, because I do not have them. But what I can do is, since that's that, I am going to go ahead and put on the front sticker. Now, because it's going to have light behind it, I think what I'm going to do is put the white ones on. Because although this looks better with color, once you get LEDs and stuff on it, it won't look as cool. So, yeah, we're going to do that. So, we'll go with white. I'm going to reach out to Lewis to have him send me the CNC front, because I'm pretty sure he wants me to represent it as pretty as possible. But we're gonna place this sticker on here as neat as possible. I always like to put it from the center out. That looks good. What display screen should I get for the lap timer? Depends on which one you're building. You can use 4 or 4.3. If you're building the CNC version from Velocitas, then you need 4.3. If you're doing the cheap Race Logic box that I built a while back, I think that's a 4.3 as well. The directions are in my Discord channel. So, yeah, either one will work. Since we're not doing those, I'm not going to put this on here just yet and screw it down because that won't make any sense because I got to get the button guards. Otherwise, buttons won't stay in place. Let's put the glass screen on. It's got double-sided tape behind it already, so that makes my life easy. Touch that. So what we're going to do is wipe it. So we don't want any fingerprints under the screen. I think I did, but just to be safe.
So it's
4.3. I already ordered. Yeah. Which one for the DIY? Both are DIY, yeah. All right. Yeah, if you're, yeah, both are DIY, yeah. So, yeah, Velocitas, you can do both 4 and 4.3. The Race Logic one, say what's up, yeah. Hopefully life is good. Yeah, this looks good. I actually am gonna put a couple screws in it to hold it down because I want to see how it feels. Which screws does it want for the front? Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I just want to make sure I put the right one. So it's, yeah, it's 4.10. Yeah, countersunk there. Put one here. And then 5. Glass would be on sticker. Center line. Super nice. Let's put on the encoders. All right. Black, purple, silver. How does the wheel look on his build? The black's in the center. Let's do it. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. A couple other stickers come in the pack. Can I weigh it later once it's done, including the QR installed? Yeah. Let's see. So, oh, he got the sticker. It's already here. Nice and nice and nice. I have no idea. It's based on the real. Oh. Is it on both? Yeah, it's on both. Oh, the C&H? Yeah, I'm not sure what it's for, but you know, it's an F1 wheel, so I couldn't tell you. See if I can get this sticker done properly. It likely will. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, it's gonna be a tight one. Yeah, but I'm not gonna put it right in the. I'm not gonna put it on this. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah. So. Yeah. The Kodai. I mean the. Oh, which one? Yeah, it's like 30. Why? You think I should go back here? Then you won't see it. Let's see. That would be cool. And then we could just come to you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for side hustles. Yeah, thanks Tyler for helping him out. How much is the cost on the build rate? Just depends where you go, but it's I think I said it's like 1200 about 850 to 1200. Um Oh, it's one of my wrenches. What do you mean? Oh, I got you. I got you. Let's try. Let's try. Be careful so don't. So yeah, Renya, it is roughly between $800 and $1,200. Yeah. So to build this wheel, I will likely charge a little bit more just because it's so complex, like 25 bucks more. So these would be 125 to build because this is a lot more work, especially if it is not done in CNC aluminum. That will require more, but if it's in CNC, then 125 to build it will be the build cost, and then it can be built between 8 and 1200. So, and where you save money is like he already does MJF shifters, which is worth it. Yeah. So look at that. Nice. Me like it. Me like it. And then I'll make sure. You're not in stream though. So 900, yeah, so I think he put it in US dollars though when we asked. So it's between 8 and 12. So but you're saying yeah. So yeah. All right, Natty man. Have a good night, brother. Cool. So around 900 US dollars for all the parts on this website. Cool. Not including the Vocor screen and some other parts. Cool. So he has 2 sticker parts, peeps. No, I'm just letting people know. 2 stickers, entire sheet. I'm gonna be honest, these are really good and they look. If you've used some other brands that have really good stickers, these are the exact same ones. I think Velocitas has the same ones, and yeah, 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 yeah. So bubble stickers. You get the stickers here. And then, oh, and now I know what these stickers are for on the back. I believe these stickers, they go here. Is it here? Let me figure out. So let's see. Cool. So quite a few stickers. Oh, it's a freaking awesome looking wheel. It's got DDC is what it uses. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I will share with you guys when I get the finished the guards for the tops in here. Like I said, buttons are similar to what he uses on other projects. So, but yeah, once I get those, then I will put on my stickers. I have to decide whether I'm going to use raised or not. Because yes. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 buttons. So I have plenty of buttons to try both. But these right here. Really good. So feel good. I mean, they're nice, strong. He's got the sleeve over it, so you can take them off, but obviously, why would you do that? Yeah, both of them have a sleeve on it. I need to. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to look at it. Let's see. It's got the firmware, the DDC configure. Let me see. Strat. This is a byte clutch bootloader shift button. Front. At minimum, but yeah, you're gonna spend at least a G to build this wheel. Cool. All right. Well, that is the build. I'm going to clean up my mess here, but thanks to you guys for tuning in. What's up, KT14? You tuning in just as I'm about to jump off. I have a couple parts left to assemble on this wheel when it comes in. My buddy Lewis at Kodai forgot to send me the front button guards. I have everything else, so I'm gonna print up some. I'll reach out to my guy Wookie OH to print up some. He also has green encoders if you want to add those on. So if you don't like, and I might add the green one here just to make it different because I already have blue. But yeah, he has these small ones, and maybe I will do that. Yeah, for sure. You're right. You're right. I got you. I'm gonna throw this green one on so I don't have two blues. Let's do that real quick. Let me put this stuff away now. Like my buddy just recommended in my ear, you guys can't hear him, but he said I should show the front and back of the wheel before I jump off of here, which totally makes sense. So I'm gonna move things over, put my tools back. Let's do this because I'm gonna go plug it in. Yeah. I presume color will come through it, Renier, with the domed, because he has white, black, and yeah, so, but I will know more once I can put buttons on. I can't really do it now. So, it would be an exercise because they don't stick directly on it. So I'm going to move stuff out of the way. Then we'll flip the wheel over and take a look at it. But Lewis at Kodai. This is an amazing wheel. Anybody who's looking for a DIY wheel to build, there's some amazing ones out there. I've built some of the best on the market. All right, pay attention. Let's throw this on. What's this? 0.3, 58 cents. Oh, these are even smaller. These are like my size. These 0.9s. Yeah, these are.
It's the same size.
The struggle is real, bro. So many wheels. Okay. Okay, I won't talk about no more wheels. while he's in the room. The VP mission sim? Talking about the mission sim? Yes. I wouldn't say that. No, it will not be cheaper, but only be slightly more. So yeah, this is the front of the wheel. So front of the wheel, 6 thumb encoders, 2 toggles, 8 buttons, 2 funkies, 3 multi-position switches. They can also be used as encoders. It's got toggles on the back. It's got dual paddle shifters on the back. And then the clutches are rock solid. They've got nice strong springs in it, so it's got a really good pull to it. Full CNC enclosure. Only thing that's MJF in these and then some internal parts. I know some of you, like Click, was wondering how it feels to hold it here with this being 3D printed. The back is CNC, this is 3D printed. I don't know. The grips are chunky as all get out, as you can see here. So, you know, depending on the size of your hand, I'm going to throw some gloves on these just because they're brand new and a little slick until they're worn in. So, yeah. But other than that, it is 12:47 and we finished. So, yeah, we'll definitely take a little bit of time to do. So, I'd say, especially if you're doing a 3D printed version, give yourself at least 4 hours, if not more, because I would say doing this build, MJF, you're gonna spend 4 to 6 hours easy. So, but I am getting off here. I'm gonna jump in my Discord chat on my PC. I'm gonna try and boot this up just to get the firmware and everything loaded. And yeah, go from there. So I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, do all of the things. I appreciate you, Kodai Racing MF1. Already excited to get this on the rig. This is one of the prettiest looking wheels, and I can't wait to get the cover so I can actually finish it off and put the stickers and the buttons on it. So thanks for tuning in. Talk to you guys later. Peace.